Teachers, my lunch ladies from the kitchen, Superintendent Mr. McGonigal, Assistant Superintendent Ms. Edwards, to the best principal a class could ever hope for, Mr. Gagnon, and to the most outstanding class to graduate from the Manatee High School, class of 2011. And before I start, to a very special lady, my mother. Today is her birthday. I say happy birthday, and I love you. 4 years, 720 days, 16 quarters have passed since we first stepped on the grounds of Manatee High School. When we entered through the gates, we entered a school in which was a D. But with great determination, we, the class of 2011, turned a D into an A. But in our 4 years at Manatee High School, it hasn't always been a day in the shade. For there's been some tears shed, some hearts broken. There's been some cloud-filled days. But through all the pain and suffering, we, the class of 2011, can test that through it all, that we have made it. We have risen above it all. Like Maya Angelou quoted in her poem, "We're the dream and the hope of the slave. Still we rise. For we have weathered peer pressure that is so prevalent in today's society." You ask me, Eddie, why do you say weather? Well, I say weather because we have weathered the storms and adversity that are pervasive and invasive in today's culture. We have weathered the temptation of drug use, being a statistic and dropping out. We have weathered owning a weapon of destruction, chances of being a weapon of destruction. We have weathered being a victim of life's many disruptions. Class of 2011, we have weathered society's many presumptions. We have weathered the streets' corruption, but through it all we realize that yet we're still under construction. I can honestly say that I have weathered just being another statistic. As an African-American male growing up in today's society, where there are more 90-year-olds in the state penitentiary than enrolled in a state university, oftentimes I may have been labeled as a thug, a high school dropout. Well, I'm here to attest to you tonight that I'm not a high school dropout. My pants are on my waist and I have on a belt that fits. Some of you don't realize when I entered high school, the state of Florida deemed me, Ederick Johnson, as an at-risk student, meaning through that I did not pass the reading part of the FCAT my 8th grade year. So they said I wouldn't graduate. Well, I'm here to tell you that I passed the FCAT, and I didn't let my problem affect my future and my dreams. My Aunt DeVita told me, today is our graduation day, and it is a closing of our chapter in our life and the beginning of another one. Whether you decide, my fellow classmates, to do in the next chapter of your life, stay focused and keep your eyes on the prize, because the reward is endless. Just know that the road to success is not straight. There's a curve called failure, a loop called confusion, speed bumps called friends, you know, the ones that talk about you behind your backs and they laugh in your face. Caution lights called family, and you will have flat tires called jobs. But if you have a spare called determination, and an engine called perseverance, insurance called faith, and a driver called God, you will make it to the place you call your success. So when people tell you you want to mount to a measure of an ant, when people scandalize your name, when their greatest joy is to see you fall and not get up, when they thought they can break you, but guess what? They couldn't break you because they didn't make you. Well, you can stand on your feet and shout to you, and you can tell them, I may have fallen a couple of times. I may have been bruised, but I'm not broken. My name may have been washed through the pool of negativity, but guess what? I dried it up in the sauna of positiveness. You may have beaten me in the ring of fear, but I won the battle of perseverance. You may have attempted to disable, eject, and derail my course of dreams, but I successfully achieved all those dreams you tried to block. But through it all, class of 2011, still we rise. But as I take my seat, the concept of an ATM machine is that when the bank is closed, you can go to the withdrawal and withdraw money. So you put in your pen and ask the question, how much would you like to withdraw? Well, I stopped by here to tell you on my way to my destiny that if you have not deposited anything, you can't get anything out. Well, over the past 12 years, you have deposited in your account. You have deposited your dreams, your goals, your ambition. You have deposited some fear and hurt. You may have deposited some tears and shame. But on tonight, you can go to the ATM machine and put in your PIN number and request a withdrawal. But in this transaction, you won't receive the green paper that we love so dearly. But you receive a piece of paper that won't read "In God We Trust." But it will state that you have successfully completed all courses and studies that have been prescribed from the school of Manatee High School, and therefore you will be awarded your diploma. Class of 2011. So tonight, won't you stand with me as we embark on a journey that will change the world? For we are Manatee, class of 2011. Thank you.